So I've been caffeine free for about 5 months right now, and I feel like it gives me some credibility. I'm going to talk about uh, basically the energy levels going through caffeine withdrawal. So, funny enough, people think that when you drink caffeine, it gives you energy. But I did the research on this, and turns out when you drink caffeine, what it actually does, it blocks the adenosine receptors in your brain, which basically make your body say, "Hey, we're tired." So long story short, when you drink caffeine, you're not actually getting energy. Your body's just not realizing how tired it actually is. It's basically getting pumped with stress hormones. It's like if you were in the jungle, you were about to die, you were super tired, and you were exhausted, and then a bear comes. Your adrenaline's going to spike, your stress hormones are going to flood your system, and you're going to get energy. You're not actually energized, you're super tired, but your body's just using this fight or flight system, and caffeine kind of induces that on a day-to-day basis. And it also gives us dopamine, which makes us feel happy. Now, what I've noticed is, so given that we're not actually operating at a baseline energy level, so when we are, let's just say we're drinking coffee every single day. This is what I used to do. I used to drink I think I was up to 3 cups a day when I was working corporate. What happened is you wake up in the morning, your energy is right here. It's very, very low. Okay, I think we all know this feeling. You wake up and you're like, don't talk to me until I have my coffee. And I found after that, so you got your morning, you're here, you're really, really tired, you get your morning coffee. And when you get the morning coffee, you get this spike in energy. However, you don't actually get to your baseline energy. Like your baseline energy, what I define that as is how do you feel when you're completely sober? When you were a kid and you didn't drink caffeine, like you're not giving your kids caffeine, you're not giving babies caffeine because you know it's terrible for them, yet we give it to ourselves. But when you were a kid, you were probably a lot more energetic, a lot more lively, and that is what your baseline energy level is. When you drink caffeine, you may feel like you're energized, but you're actually operating like subpar. But in comparison to what you wake up feeling like, you feel a little bit better. What happens is energy level spikes, and then it kind of just drops off. So if you drink a coffee around, you wake up 7, drink coffee around 8 o'clock, by the time you get to dinner time, your energy level is already dropped off. And at this point, your energy is way below what it even was in the morning. So what happens then, people, when they crash in the afternoon, they drink another cup of coffee. Oh, this gets them up, and then they go back down again. And it's just this fucking cycle where they're operating way below their baseline energy level. And over time, their energy level is significantly just going down because their body's not properly recovering. Given that, I decided to quit caffeine. And when I quit, I figured when I was drinking caffeine, I was super anxious, having panic attacks and stuff. And once I realized, caffeine is inducing this stress response, I figured when I quit caffeine, my anxiety will go down. Funny enough, when you go through when you go through caffeine withdrawal, your anxiety will actually go up, but it's a different type of anxiety I found. So if this was my energy level when I was on caffeine, when I was going through withdrawal, my energy level would drop down to here. So my energy level was super low. Without caffeine, your energy level is shit. You don't feel motivated by anything. And what you're taking away your main dopamine source, the thing that's making you happy, giving you fulfillment in life, you become very demotivated to do the things that you once did, which is why I think this is a good thing, because it really shows you, once your brain starts to recover, you realize, I don't actually like this job, but I was only getting through it because I was taking caffeine. So when you take that away, now you can actually figure out what you want to do with your life. So I think that's a very powerful tool, and I think if everyone quit caffeine, people would actually people would at least try to pursue their purpose more so, without having to rely on this drug to tell themselves, my job's great. Chug some caffeine, do some shit work, go home, feel uninspired. So back to the anxiety thing, which is the reason I made this video, the anxiety and energy. Your energy level will drop when you quit caffeine. Your anxiety, however, will go up, but it's a different type of anxiety I found. When you're on caffeine, you get this panicky, stressful anxiety. Usually I think it's more social anxiety than anything. And you don't feel good in your own skin. When you quit, it's less in the moment anxiety, and it's more existential anxiety. So I found for me, once you take away this main dopamine source, the thing that makes you happy, you look at your life is this all it is? Did I fuck up my brain? Am I going to be tired for the rest of my life? You go through a month of withdrawal, 2 months, 3 months, it might get slightly better, but you ask yourself these questions. It's basically existential questions. It's what's the meaning of life? What am I doing with my life? Why am I doing this? oh my god, I was on this drug for so long, blah blah. And it's not like, I know people are gonna say caffeine's not that life threatening, sure, but I think it is an epidemic, and it is something that we'd be better off without. So I'm gonna make this video. But you ask yourself all these questions. That's what I found. Then it gets to the point when, if you're able to ride out that wave, you ride out the anxiety, you get through it, you have this fuck it mentality, and you say, I'm just gonna get through it, I'm gonna trust the process. Because when you're drinking caffeine, it's shit. But when you're going through withdrawal, it's even worse. But if you're able to come out the other end, if you're able to trust the process, and you're able to give your brain like if you've been drinking caffeine for 5 years, you can't expect to be good in 2 weeks, you know? It might take your brain 6 months to get back to like a steady baseline. But that's okay, like you just enjoy it. Like, detox isn't meant to be comfortable, but if you can go through this, the rest of your life will be exponentially better because of it. At least in my opinion. So then when you finally get through that, your energy level will slowly start to increase over time. Your motivation will start to increase, and you'll start to find dopamine from things you actually enjoy doing, such as playing sports, hanging with buddies, working on creative projects like me making these fucking videos, and whatever else you like to do. Maybe you like to read comics, maybe you like to go skateboarding. I like physical things, like skateboard. I don't skateboard, but Muay Thai, boxing, swimming, all that shit. Like, physical things are fantastic for your energy. I find that's one thing. Going to the gym, it gives you that adrenaline spike that you would get from coffee. It's not as powerful, but it definitely helps to work out and exercise when you're going through withdrawal. Over time, your energy level will increase. I feel like I'm about like, probably like right here now. I'm not at like, I still have some room to go. I think my energy levels are going to increase a lot over the next 6 months. But I think we'll get to a point where we get to our baseline energy, or maybe we even begin changing our diet, eating healthier, and then our energy will improve beyond what it was before we started caffeine in the first place. So that's my opinion. This is the whole caffeine energy timeline. If you are going through withdrawal, dude, leave your comment in the leave your story in the comments and let me know where you're at. I always like reading them, honestly. When it comes to like most videos, I don't give a shit who comments. But when it comes to certain things like this, I actually am genuinely interested. This is some bullshit for the algorithm. Genuinely leave a comment, let me know where you're at, and then come back in 3 months and tell me, dude, I fucking followed this shit. I'm 3 months in, and I've made some progress. I'm feeling better. Best of luck, boys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.